Okay, so we've got our panel all nice and clean. Now we're going to take our print. We always make our digital prints 1 inch bigger in length and width than the panel that we're going to be working on. That means you have a 1/2 inch bleed all the way around. I'm going to take my dividers, I'm going to set those to a 1/2 inch. These are already there. I'm just going to go from the edge in, I'm going to make a little dot. And then from both sides. That's how I'm going to line this up with my panel. I'm just going to lay it right over my panel. And using my thumb, I can rub the edge of this and see where my pinhole is and see the edge of the panel. I'm just going to line it up on the bottom and look at the side, slide it over. And then I'm going to tack that in place. Just using a piece of masking tape, I'm going to tack a little bit on each end. Now then, I'm going to hinge this. And because I'm right-handed, I am going to work from right to left. That means I'm going to be squeegeeing with my right hand. I'm going to be holding my graphic with my left. So I'm going to hinge this about 6 inches in from the end. I'm going to pop this up. I'm going to pull my graphic back and I'm going to cut off the liner paper. Now then, using a wrapped squeegee so it doesn't scratch my graphic, I'm just going to work from the center out. Good even overlapping strokes. Then I'm going to pull my hinge tape off. And I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to grab the liner paper. And I'm going to hold this with this hand. Now with my other hand I'm going to squeegee. I'm going to start in the middle, I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go down, overlapping strokes, working right to left. Just a good medium pressure. And if you keep that pressure even, going all the way, you won't have any bubbles. If you do wind up with a bubble, it's not a problem. We can take that out. If I could get my cameraman to zoom in close right here, you can see a little bubble right there. Now what I'm going to do with a brand new razor blade, I'm just going to make a tiny slit right on the edge of the bubble. I'm just going to push it with my finger and it'll disappear. Then I'm going to grab my panel, I'm going to turn it over. Then with any kind of a knife, an X-Acto, I like these little Olfa snap blade knives because they're convenient. I'm just going to go right along the edge. I'm going to trim my excess. Make sure I get my tape off the back. There we have a brand new panel. Okay, that was with a new panel, basically that had not been installed but already had a print on it. Now we're going to take a look at a panel that has actually been installed in the field. It's got some holes in it. It's got a little bit of laminate that's twisted up here at the corners. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to take my razor blade and I'm going to kind of scrape any loose debris off, kind of flatten it out a little bit. I'm going to go around the edge, make sure that I don't have any loose vinyl or laminate there. Again, I'm going to stick it down with a double-faced tape. Now then, because this panel is a little bit dirtier, I'm going to use some denatured alcohol on this. You can buy this at any Home Depot. I'm just going to wipe my panel down good, get all of the debris off. Anytime you're applying any graphic, You have to have a good clean substrate or your graphic's not going to stick to it. I'm making sure to wipe down the edges especially. And then I'm going to go back over it with a cloth that's been dampened with the blue windshield washer fluid. And from there the procedure is the same as the other panel. I'm going to take my dividers that are already set to a 1/2 inch. I'm going to go in, make a couple of pinholes, one from either end. And I'm going to put this right on top of my panel. Again, using my thumb to rub the edge of the panel. You can see the edge of that panel through. I'm going to line up that pinhole, and then sideways I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tack it down on either end just like we did before. And again, this is called a hinge application method. That's because I'm putting a tape and I'm making a hinge right here. I can pick this side up, I can pick this side up. I'm going to apply the right hand side because I am right-handed. Take a razor blade and cut away the liner paper. Then again, moving from the tape out, I'm just going to overlap strokes, pushing that out to the end. I'm going to take my hinge off. Pull the liner paper back, hold it with my left hand, squeegeeing with my right hand, starting at the middle, going up, down, overlapping strokes, working left to right. If you're left-handed, you just inverse the process so that you'd be working from left to right instead of right to left. Once again, I'm going to flip this over face down using my snap blade knife. I'm going to trim the excess. And there you have a fully refurbished panel from a used panel.